All right, this is problem number 2 from the Your Turn out of section 8.1. Problem number 1, first of all, I'm going to notice this leading coefficient here. And so whenever there's a leading coefficient, I want to try to look for a GCF. So 9, 9, yep, they all have a 9 in them. So I'm going to take out a 9, which is going to leave me with x squared minus 2x minus 3. Now next I'm going to look for the factors of 3, 1 and 3, that give me a difference of 2. Yes, 1 and 3 give me a difference of 2, so I'm going to not forget to copy down my GCF, and then I'll need an x with a 1 and an x with a 3, and then the middle sign here is going to tell me the sign of the bigger number, so negative 3 and a positive 1. So there's my factorization there. My next one, we have a y involved all the way across. So I have a y for sure in my GCF. And then I also notice that I have a numeric coefficient on the highest degree term here. So I'm going to take that out as well. So I take a 2y out of the first term and I'm left with an x squared. Plus, I take a 2 out of 6 and I'm left with the 3 and take the y out, so I just have an x. And then minus, the y's are going to go away, and then 2 comes out of 4 2 times. And now I'm looking for the factors of 2, 1 and 2, that give me a difference of 3. Doesn't happen. Remember, this is a difference. And that's the thing that might trip you up. It can't be a sum, it's got to be a difference. So this one doesn't go any further. And remember, sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. You've always got to check and make sure. So this is going to be our final answer, just a GCF. Part C, we got one of those binomial GCFs, right? We see this as a addition subtraction that separates these 3 terms, and in those 3 terms I see 2a plus 1 used in every single one, so that's the GCF. So I write it down, and then when I take it out here I'm left with an a squared, minus when I take it out here I'm left with a 5 and an a, and then when I take it out from the last term I'm left with a 6. And then I have to check. And I have to check to see if that trinomial will factor. So I need the factors of 6, 1 and 6, and 2 and 3, and I need the factors that give me a difference of 5. 1 and 6 give me a difference of 5. Remember, it's difference, so that's really super important. You got to keep track. Is it a sum or is it a difference? And now I have my GCF, and I'll have an a with a 1 and an a with a 6, and then I need this one to go with the bigger term, so negative here and a positive with the 1. And so I have a binomial times a binomial times a binomial. Now in the next problem, we have, again, 3 terms, right? This one and this one separate the 1, 2, 3 terms. And so I have a GCF of 2z plus 1. So I'm going to write that 2z plus 1 down, and then I'm going to take it out, so I see a trinomial there, and I left with a z squared, minus there, and I get left with a 4z, and then minus, and I'm left here with a 6. So now I need the factors of 6, 1 and 6, and 2 and 3 that give me a difference of 4. Well, 6 minus 1 is not 4, 3 minus 2 is not 4, and therefore this isn't going to factor any further, and that's all that I'm going to have. So sometimes they factor, sometimes they don't. You just need to pay attention. All right, now when we come back, we're going to be talking about the section 12.1 stuff, and we're going to be again simplifying, and then we're going to look at section 12.2 stuff as well. We're going to learn how to multiply and divide, and then those are both just going to be applications of our factoring, so it's nothing new, just some practice, practicing your skills of factoring and applying them for actual use, so you're not just doing this rote operation. All right, see you in the next video for applying our factoring skills.